In 1990, Honda did something no one thought was possible. They built a supercar so good it forced Ferrari to redesign theirs. This is the 1990 Acura NSX, and this Hot Wheels car represents one of the most important moments in automotive history. I love using these Hot Wheels cars as a reason to learn more information about them, so I dug up some information here on this NSX, and I'll go ahead and share that with you now. This is the Hot Wheels 1990 Acura NSX, finished in white with a black roof. A clean and timeless look for a car that completely changed the supercar world. NSX stands for New Sports Car Experimental, and Honda meant that literally. This car wasn't designed to copy Ferrari or Porsche, it was built to challenge them, and to prove that a supercar could be fast, reliable, and genuinely usable. From the very beginning, Honda made a bold decision. The NSX would be a mid-engine supercar, placing the engine behind the driver for ideal weight balance and handling. At the time, mid-engine layouts were almost exclusive to European exotics. Honda believed this configuration was essential, not just for speed, but for confidence and control. The result was a car that felt planted, predictable, and approachable, even at high speeds. Powering the NSX was a 3-liter naturally aspirated V6 known as the C30A, producing 270 horsepower. That power was sent to the rear wheels through a 5-speed manual transmission. Performance numbers were impressive for the early 1990s. The NSX could run 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 5.7 seconds with a top speed near 168 miles per hour, putting it squarely in Ferrari territory. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. What made the NSX special was how it delivered that performance. Honda's VTEC system allowed the engine to behave calmly at low RPMs while coming alive at higher revs. Throttle response was smooth, power delivery was predictable, and the car never felt intimidating. This gave the NSX something rare, a dual personality. It could commute comfortably during the week and attack a racetrack on the weekend. That's one of the things I remember about when these cars came out. They were before, to get a car that looked like this and performed like this, you had to get a Ferrari or something, and they were not known for being reliable back then. And of course, they cost far higher price-wise too. So when this came out, it was basically a Honda, and you could maintain it the same way, and it had the same reliability. One of the complaints I do remember hearing about these cars when they came out was they had super sticky tires on them. And I remember people were complaining that they were going through a set of tires in like 6,000 miles or something, and they didn't understand that these tires aren't meant to last forever. So Honda also made history by building the NSX with a full aluminum monocoque chassis and body, making it the first production car in the world to do so. This reduced weight, increased rigidity, and improved handling. Inside the engine, Honda used titanium connecting rods, a feature typically reserved for race cars. Every detail was engineered with purpose. But Honda didn't stop at performance. Engineers obsessed over driver experience. The windshield design was inspired by the cockpit of an F-16 fighter jet, providing exceptional outward visibility. Thin A-pillars, a low cowl, and a comfortable seating position gave drivers confidence, something most supercars of the time completely ignored. The interior featured clear analog gauges, effective climate control, and sound insulation. This was a supercar you could actually live with. During development, Honda enlisted the help of Ayrton Senna, one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time. After testing early prototypes at Suzuka, Senna told Honda the car was good but too soft. Honda listened. The chassis was stiffened, suspension refined, and steering feedback improved. Senna's influence went beyond suspension tuning. His feedback shaped how the car communicated with the driver, how it felt at the limit, and how confidently it responded. That philosophy became a defining trait of the NSX. Then came the moment that cemented the legend. Ferrari engineers drove the NSX and realized something uncomfortable. It handled better. It was easier to drive, and it didn't feel like it was constantly on the edge of failure. Shortly after, Ferrari redesigned the Ferrari 348, improving rigidity and handling, widely believed to be a direct response to the NSX. A Honda forced Ferrari to rethink their supercar. When the NSX launched in 1990, the original MSRP was around $60,000, which was expensive, but still less than Ferrari. All buyers received supercar performance with Honda reliability. At first, the NSX was misunderstood. It didn't look dramatic enough. It wasn't temperamental enough. It was almost too good. But time has a way of revealing the truth. Today, the NSX is recognized as one of the most important cars ever built. I've got some information and pictures on Bring a Trailer I'm going to go ahead and show you right now just to see what some of them have been selling for recently, and we'll go ahead and check that out. So here's some results from Bring a Trailer. These are all pretty recent results. This one was from literally yesterday. This one is a 45,000 mile example in 1993, sold for $84,000 in the US. This one was actually in Scottsdale, Arizona. There's the rear view of the vehicle and the side profile there. Interior shot of the seats there. Very comfortable looking seats for sure. There's the interior dashboard. They were talking about making it like a cockpit. And you have to remember, this is a car that was 1990 it came out, which is amazing because I just sold a 1989 Accord that I had, and it was still carbureted. I mean, to go from 1 year from that carbureted Accord to this car, which was still seems modern today, is pretty amazing. There's a picture of the mid-engine right under that glass behind the seat, behind the cockpit, I should say, or the cabin. And there's a red example. This one was a 1991. It sold just a few days ago for $71,000. That one was in North Carolina. 92,000 miles on that one, which once again, it's a Honda, so I'm sure it can go far, far higher than that. There's the interior. It's got the ivory seats in it. And then here's one. I can't figure out why this one sold for so much. It's a 24,000 mile example, just sold a month ago for $150,000. And that one was in California. I couldn't find anything in the description that made it sound any different, but that's double the price of these other ones that have been selling recently. And the mileage isn't crazy, crazy low, so there must be some reason that these two people were bidding against each other up to that price. So anyway, that's a couple examples of what they've gone for on Bring a Trailer recently. What was once underestimated is now celebrated. This Hot Wheels 1990 Acura NSX represents that moment in history, when innovation mattered more than tradition, and when Japan stood toe-to-toe with the world's best. This isn't just a miniature car, it's a story you can hold in your hand. Cars like this aren't meant to be hidden in bins or forgotten in drawers. Cars like this are meant to be seen.